So tell me about the your experience at the hospital, the National Hospital in Sololá.
Okay, well, we arrived and they gave us a nice tour. We got to see all of the different wards, and they have a female ward, a male ward, a pediatric ward, they have the ER, obstetrics.
Okay, obviously.
And so we spent a little bit of time in obstetrics, and we got to know the attending physician there. And
very nice man, a lot of experience, 37 years, worked in Africa, worked all over the place. Very awesome teacher, very cool.
And so we decided to spend some time in there, in that ward for a little while. There were women, and they all had their babies, and so we got to go around and meet all of the women and ask about their pregnancies and everything. And all of a sudden, a woman was in labor. And so we went into the room where they bring them when they start to get to the contraction phase, and we sat with her for a while, and they said, "Oh, well, can you help her?" And we were like, "Well, yeah, we can do some stuff. We can do some massage or some cranial sacral." And so we did, and we did a lot of energy work with her, and we sat with her for a while. Within what, 10 minutes?
It was a little bit longer than 10 minutes, I think.
It felt like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay, so within 10 minutes there was another woman. So there was 2 women, and we were attending to both of the women and helping them through their contractions. And all of a sudden, actually maybe you should tell this because you were with her.
Okay. So they had to induce the baby. They had to have an abortion for the baby for some other complications.
They felt the baby died.
They felt the baby died. The membrane of the placenta ruptured. So they induced the fetus, and so we're just sitting with her, going through it because she's still got to deliver it. And we're sitting there, and finally, she's like, "There's heaviness." So like the doctor comes over and is like, "Oh, there's the fetus here." So they clean out the mucous membranes in the mouth and the nose, and then it gave the tiniest bit of a cry. Then they took it away. And all of a sudden, we find out later that it's living alive and well. We got pictures with him and everything. So
it survived.
Survived.
Okay, but then there's this other woman, and so the doctor says, "She's ready now. Who's going to assist me?" And so Sylvia puts on the gown, and Brody and I are holding her hands, and Michi is holding her hands and telling her, "Resperta, resperta." And Sylvia is assisting this doctor, all of a sudden doing an episiotomy on this mother. And all of a sudden, the baby is out, and he's stitching her back up, and we're watching this. It was a whirlwind. He shows us how to examine the placenta, how to remove the placenta, then how to examine the placenta. And so, we were kind of in shock.
Needless to say.
Right? And then we, went to lunch?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, so we went to lunch, and then we get back from lunch.
And I'm like, I'm going to deliver a baby this time. This one's me. So we're like, okay, so a woman comes in, so we're sitting with her for whatever, the half hour, the hour, sitting, being present, helping her back pain, that kind of stuff. And finally it's ready, it's go time. So we bring her in, and no doctor.
Wait, no. The nurse
said that we need to help because they don't have doctor in that side. So we go in and to help, and the nurse said, yeah.
So we look at each other, and we realize what's happening, and we just go with it. And so we took her in, and
I can't believe we did that.
And she had a lot of trouble. They were going to do it naturally, no episiotomy, and so
they're in the catching mode. And we have pushing on the uterus mode.
I got behind the patient, and I literally pushed the baby out of her uterus.
Yeah, like right under the ribs you start, and you're just pushing, and then baby's going, you can feel the uterus lower, 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 and you're just moving. I mean, it took like, at least a half hour at least, right?
Yeah, it's not longer than a half hour.
She's like shaking and sweating on top of this woman who's on the bed.
And she was so strong. She had all this pain, obviously.
She was amazing.
Eyes and pain, and she was really strong. And finally, was that the baby boy or was that the baby girl?
That was Sophia.
That was Sophia.
That was the one and only girl.
That was the one and only girl, that's right. And yeah, she came out perfectly healthy. The mother was so thankful for us, kept saying us.
Poor mother, they're very happy for us, yes.
And then they were like, oh, what's their names? And they thought Sylvia said Sophia, and the baby got named Sophia.
I think she was going to call the baby Sophia.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I think it was Rose.
That is the name of the girl baby. That is the name of the girl
Okay.
baby. Yeah. Sophia.
Yep.
And then what was the last one?
One more.
Cleft lip.
Same.
Cleft palate.
Yep.
Yeah.
That baby, we ended up doing an episiotomy on that baby, just with a nurse. And the baby was born with a cleft palate, full cleft in the palate, but beautiful and healthy otherwise.
Twist.
Oh, the placenta. The placenta removal was my turn with this one, and it actually got stuck, and there was a little bit of a mess, but it was okay in the end, and
But needless to say,
it was healthy.
we feel that we can all probably deliver a baby right now. No problem, no questions asked. We know exactly what to do.
And you know what, I also want to say, with that first baby that was born, that they said it was not viable, I don't think it would have survived if we weren't there.
Yeah.
I really don't.
I think the energy worked, honestly.
I think the energy work, I had my hands on her stomach, because after starting off at first, I thought the baby was, going to be normal and everything, So I was doing energy work, and I felt movement, and I felt like there was life in there, And then the doctor comes over, I don't know, 10 minutes later, and he's telling me, oh, this pregnancy isn't viable because her membrane's ruptured, so we have to induce the abortion. I was like, okay. We were doing the energy work, and I think they would have just disposed of the baby,
Well, as soon as the baby came out, it cried.
No one was with her. No one was with her the
I
whole
was-
time. I mean,
Oh, at the
no
end
one
we
would have
were
been there.
Yeah.
We were there, but that was it. I don't know. I feel like that was a little miracle.
It was just awesome because this baby literally came out and it gave the tiniest of cry. So that we cut the cord, the doctors then they take him and they're checking him out, and it starts breathing, or he starts breathing normally, and
And then we got to visit him.
then we got to visit him in the ward.